Welcome back to the 300ZX Turbo project here in Glenn's garage. So if anybody's followed along with the videos and the series, you might recall that I, at the start, divided it up into the project up into sort of 4 categories or milestones. I had brakes and suspension, the mechanical and underhood stuff, the interior, and the exterior. Now, last week we kind of closed out the second milestone there, which I'm very happy about. So we have completed brake, suspension, underbody. And then we've just completed underhood mechanical restoration. Now, I'm not kidding myself. That car has 0 miles on it since I've worked on either of those main areas. So there's going to be some shakedown miles put on it, and there will be stuff to do. But for the moment, I believe they're done, and it's time to move on to what in my plan is the third phase, if you will, and that's the interior. Now, it's a big project, especially to bring it back to the level I want to do. I'm really pleased with what I've achieved, on the brakes and suspension stuff, and certainly under the hood, I'm very pleased with how that looks. So I want to bring the interior up to that same kind of level. And while I looked at it when I bought the car and kind of just go, yes, I'm going to have to do this, this, and this. What I'm going to start to do now is go through and try and formulate a plan on what it is I actually want to do and a bit of an order to do it, so I don't just randomly start working on seats and work in the back area and then take out carpets. So what I thought I'd do, I'd bring the camera over and we'll sort of go through and really see what we actually got there and start a bit of a plan. There'll be some things I got to look for. I know parts are hard to get, so I'm going to probably have to start posting for some pieces that I need there, some things I have to order that are going to take a bit of time. So I may as well start getting that moving while I then start taking things apart, cleaning, detailing, fixing, all of that good stuff. So let's go dive into the interior, see what we got. All right, so let's have another look at what we actually got here. So, seats. Okay, some leather conditioner, and I think we'll be good there. Give them a clean, soften that leather up, and it'll be lovely. Yeah. No, unquestionably, we're going to order new covers. I know there are a couple of places that make the leather covers, so you take the seat out, take it apart, take this off, put the new stuff on. Sounds very simple. I know with all the clips and the hog rings and all that stuff from previous projects, it'll be a challenge, but there's nothing to do with this at all. There's no helping these seats. They're done. Yeah, steering wheel, again, the leather cover has left the building. There's nothing to do here. So there's really, I see there are only 2 choices there, and I haven't decided yet. One is I try and find another burgundy steering wheel, or I go with an aftermarket steering wheel and then figure out what I'm going to do with the controls. I'm not really worried about the audio controls, but the cruise control, which I've left intact, would be nice to have. The console, we've got to locate the lid. And I do know at least one of the places I was looking at for the upholstery, they will make cover, the leather cover that goes on the lid that matches the seats, and they also do one for the shift boot and the park brake. So that might be the way to go, but I still have to find the backing of this, which has an arm that goes down here and here and hinges up here somewhere or other, and I'm not really sure how yet. So I've got to find that. The trim here, I mean, this is all going to have to be refinished in some form or other. Quite sure what I'm going to do with this yet. This obviously doesn't work anymore, but the hole's there, so I mean, it is what it is. The new shift boot, of course, the shift knob. Now, that is a full-on Fast and Furious shift knob. Now, the cool thing with that is, because that's a Fast and Furious type part, that means I probably actually have like 16 forward gears for street racing, you know, rather than the 5 that it came from the factory with. So, cool. Yeah. Anyway, yes. Moving on from that as well, we're going to try and find an original for that if we can, just the burgundy one. Along with the Fast and Furious shifter, we've got the big Fast and Furious pedals down here as well that are going to have to go. So we'll take those off. Surprisingly, I've had a look around here. The carpet, you know, the little marks here and there, but the carpet is actually in good shape under here. So that's promising. I do know on the dash, and none of that HVAC unit thing there, the heater controls, none of that lights up. So with it not lighting up, I don't know if it actually works. I haven't run it long enough. It was all just off when I drove it back because it was the middle of summer. And I don't know now. I haven't run it enough to get heat into anything. But we're going to have to dig into that. I've heard that those bulbs can be a problem there, so it may well be everything's working back there except the bulbs have gone. I mean, sadly, they took the radio out. And I would love to find the original radio. It has the switch for the power antenna over there, the equalizer across here, cassette player. Very cool, very 80s. And I would love to find that if I can. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, the dash for the most part seems to work. When we started up, everything seemed to work. So there's a bonus. The power switches work. The door handles seem to work. We've got this is going to have to be repaired up here. And then obviously from the color, it's going to need pretty serious cleaning. I'm going to have to do something down here. And I'm going to take these panels off because, one, so I can clean them all up, but two, I want to get at these door handles when I do the outside and refinish them. So that's going to require me getting in from this side. So the panels will come off. Up here we've got lots of saggage, droopiness going on here. So this little headliner is going to have to come down, and we're going to have to do something with that to pretty that up. Seat backs have certainly taken their share of abuse. I'm assuming stuff was stuffed back here at one point in its life and it's taken chunks out of it. Again, I'm not too sure. I'd like to find another set. I don't care about the color because I can change the color. I'm also looking at maybe I'll just take these and add a cover on them. I know I can, when I order them, the seats, I can order some extra material and maybe just cover these. We're going to see there. I'm going to formulate that as I go forward. I mean, the dash itself, big bonus, there's no cracks or anything in it. So that's absolutely excellent for a 38-year-old dash. It's pretty amazing. Okay, so we're not going to move to the back of the car. I'll open up the back there, it'll be easier. Okay. So, I mean, now, to be fair, this is untidier than it was when I bought it because I've been messing around with the shocks. I've taken stuff apart here, taken things out, but it needs help, unquestionably. We got a little bit of where water's collected down there, so we'll clean that up, paint it. This will all get cleaned up. There's, interesting, they glued like an insulation there. I'm surprised that doesn't hold moisture and just rots, but the carpet's I mean, it's gotten pretty tatty on the edges and everything. So I'm going to order a new carpet for the back here for sure. I have the front cover, if you will. I don't know what you actually call it. It goes across here. I have. What I don't have is the tonneau that, you know, pulls across here and covers this whole thing. So I don't know if I'll be able to find that. I don't even know where it clips right now, so we'll look afterwards. Speaker covers need some pretty serious help. There's, I don't know, is that a velvet? I don't know. Whatever it is, we're going to do something with those. Yet to be really planned out, but we're going to do something with those. There's a toolbox under here, a toolkit under here that's basically complete. It just, I think, cosmetically needs a bit of help, so we'll get that all restored up as well. While I'm under here and I've got all of this out, I'm probably going to look at this antenna because I'll have everything apart. I would love to get the power antenna reinstated, and I know in the parts bins I got, there's 2 or 3 motors, so I'll have to have a look and see if I can figure out if any of those work. I would love to have the power antenna. It's just so 80s. It's just cool. No, I've had this side apart once. Taking this apart means you unclip that and unclip this and unclip that, so it's been mostly apart, and then I've sort of put it back together. I have a bin of parts that I didn't bag and tag properly, so I'm going to try and remember where they go now. But we'll get that sorted, and then we're going to start cleaning everything up. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start in the back. I'm going to start in the cargo area, work my way forward to here, so to the B pillar. We'll do that first, and then we'll move into the main cabin, and we'll get the seats out and the console out, and start working on that. So I think that's pretty much a plan of attack. I notice up here, I'm missing some covers. I guess there's a plug that's supposed to go there. So let's see if we can find some of those, I suppose. But anyway, here we are. That's what we're going to do. At one point, I did think about changing the color inside here. And it's from the era where every single thing in this car is burgundy. So, you know, I mean, it would be massive, from the seat belts to the headliner, the sun visors, every little piece of plastic. So I just said, no, I'm going to stick with the 80s burgundy. And I think it's going to look nice when it's all fixed. So, yeah, going to be fun, going to be interesting. Yeah, so, you know, in the coming weeks, many weeks, I'm sure, I'll be dropping videos as I, start to work on these projects, and show you how I'm going about doing it anyway. So hopefully you check in, you keep watching there, and we'll tackle the interior just like we tackled everything else, one bit at a time. In the meantime, guys, if you like the series, like the video, a like and a subscribe would be just awesome. Much appreciated. And so yeah, everybody, you have a great day out there. And I hope I see you back here in the garage as we continue to restore the 300ZX.